Hi there guys and welcome to another Train Sim 2019 video. Today we are driving the new Velarity, well it's not really but it is, on London Faversham. First time I've been able to do an actual Eurostar service, which I'm really impressed with. I'm really quite looking forward to this, and with Atlantic High Speed's new route coming out as well, it's getting more and more exciting for the Eurostar stuff. This reskin is by Major Wales, Ben. He has done one, and also Super Elbs is coming out of retirement to do a reskin of this, as it's one of his favourite trains. He's also had a cab ride in one of these, which is really damn cool. There is no competition between the two of them for this. It's just Ben's was out first. Albie's going to take a little bit longer, but he's got some extra features going into his and stuff as well. So it's not a, oh, his is out first, mine's not. It's not like that. It's pretty chilled, to be honest with you. We'll have a quick look at this as well. I'm not going to do this review of this in full in the DB colours or anything, just because German signalling still is not something I have fully got my head round. I haven't, as much as I've taken the time and watched PTG's video, then getting in and testing it, it's just not something I've done. Also, I haven't got the new Frankfurt extension and stuff. I haven't bothered with that, to be honest with you. So, let's get going out of here. One thing I'm going to say is just at the start of this video, do please make sure you guys subscribe if you do want to see more content like this. Also heading over to the Facebook group. It's linked in the description below. Also, I've had a few people recently come on Twitch and go, oh, I didn't know you streamed, so I'll make it very clear at the start of the video this time. I do stream on Twitch from a Sunday night from 7 PM and Wednesday night at 7 PM. It's the odd time that changes depending on how busy and what I've got on and work and things like that. So therefore, if you're on the Facebook page as well, it will mean you can keep up to date with what's going on Twitch. Okay, that bit out of the way, let's get going. Hello driver, take 9024. All Eurostar services don't have head codes like they do in the UK, they have 9s. Eurostar service as far as Ebbsfleet International, departure time is 12:24. Well, I've got 4 minutes, I better unpause this. Don't forget to open your doors, set your headlights appropriately. Good luck. P.S. Ensure you slow down before you see the station, otherwise you'll go from 140 to a 65 in a split second with no warning. This is one of my videos. We know that's going to happen pretty well. It's going to happen, isn't it? I'll try and keep it in mind. I'll keep a good eye on the distance counter down the bottom there. That should be quite good. Okay, this gives us 4 minutes actually to have 3 minutes 30 to have a quick look around the train. Let me get things set up first. There isn't masses to set up in this, to be honest with you. We will have the lights there, and then we'll stick it into forward. I don't think there's anything else I particularly need to do. It's not. It has got some quite cool features. I won't lie. It's pretty nice. And Ben's reskin is pretty nice as well. None of these are by any means perfect. None of them are by any means perfect yet. Albie's still working on his. And of course, one of the big issues we have is that the Eurostar sets are longer than the ice variant of it. So therefore, pantograph car-wise, we have extra pantograph cars just for the motors. They're still a bit sluggish. I haven't driven Ben's one. This is the first time I've driven Ben's one. But Albie's was definitely sluggish to get going. So might be a bit of a challenge to keep to time. But I'm not sure. Let's go for a screenshot there. Let's try and get the front of that one in with the logo. Nice. Okay. So TVM would usually be here, where this white box is in these. And I mean, I don't see it being a big issue to put in. I don't know if DTG will release it as a fix or if somebody third party will release it. I'm not sure. Stupidly, I should have the manual up for this. I don't have it right with me. Did I not open my doors? I thought I'd done that. Oh no. Just something that's gone completely wrong in my folder. That's quite annoying. I been sorting out a load of assets and I've just dumped them into my actual Railworks install, not into the assets folder, which is not much fun. Right, English 407 Ice 3 Valero. So this was quite delayed, this. As far as I'm aware, the interior and exterior, the artwork as such is MKS, which can tell the cab is really, really nice. One little feature that I'll show you straight away that I didn't realise first of all that I really like is this little button here. If we drag it, it does the sunblind. Simple little things, but you know, I like it. I like it a lot. Start procedure, set up. Yeah, it's already set up. Oh, there's a special help system as well, PZB and LZB system. That's really good. So the locomotive has a special help system for the security system PZB and LZB. If you get an emergency brake due to the incorrect operation, you'll receive an additional information in a message box. Excellent. Right, let's get going. Oh, I didn't want to press L. So there's a special help system that gives you information about events and errors which occur. You can adjust the system with Control plus bracket. System is switched on by default and has 3 levels. Only errors, errors and further messages, all messages, and debug information for logbait. Oh. So there's a battery system as well, so you can turn that on and off. Pantograph, lower end selection, main switch on off. Of course, this comes already done. Automatic power control with regulator. You select a desired tractive percentage, and then the train will try and reach that selected value. The tractive effort gauge in multifunction display 2, which is this one here, to watch my speed. There's a regulator lock. The regulator is locked when you used brake while the regulator was not set to 0. An emergency brake application occurred, a fault occurred, or the doors are open. So it's like a traction interlock, I suppose. It's pretty nice. Air brake / e-brake. The e-brake is automatically coupled together with the train brake lever normally used with priority over the air brakes. The air brake gets blended in by some conditioned speed lever position, and the actual e-brake power is shown in the multifunction display 2 gauge as an orange scale that moves to the left. You can also read the brake power on the brake display. It displays right hand side where the bar lines. Okay. The magnetic rail brake works in conjunction with the position of the brake lever. A magnetic brake demand brake power and certain other conditions. You can't control it directly. If the W brake is effective, you will see the state by the lit or not lit W lamp. Right sides of the multifunction display 2 tractive effort gauge. You can also see the brake amount with the brake display at the upper bar line. Be careful not to apply too much brake power. The W brake adds about 40% more brake power to the train. God. How to correctly brake. I could do with this one. This is not an easy question to answer. Braking requires practice to get the feel of how the brakes work together. For a normal brake application, you need no more than a brake lever position at 5. Beyond that position, the W brakes and air brakes are kicking in to match up to the demanded brake amount percentage. This could end in an emergency brake-like application that you may not want. Also be mindful that this train can reach very high speeds and require up to 3,000 metres of braking distance to reach a complete stop. Wow. There's wheel slip and sanding. Why is that of speed? FML, traction motor blowers. The traction motor blowers on this train used in automatic mode only. This mode, the blowers become active when the traction motors reach a specific temperature and turn off below that value. You shouldn't normally have any problems with the temperature, but when the motors get too hot, the regulation system will block any further power applications. In such a situation, you'll receive a spoken warning backed with a message box. You may also need to coast a bit to bring down the temperatures. Wow, okay. So it's quite nice. Do not couple the Valero with other trains in Train Simulator, as it may cause issues. This includes the 403, 406, which have been coded differently and may not work as you expect. So that's a scripting issue, we know those sorts of things. So it's got CEVA, PZB, 90 version 2.0. Tells us all about that in the manual. Excellent. LZB. Door control and train heating. The train has a door interlock system. If you open the doors open icon on the multifunction display 2 will turn on. The doors will automatically close and you'll need to set the regulator to 0 to unlock the regulator. When the doors are open, the regulator locks. So it's traction interlock. There is hatches as well, so coupling and cover hatches. Dovetail Games would like to thank the following people for their contribution to the development of the DB-BR407 new ICE 3. The beta testing team, Mike Goltz, and funny enough, not listed as MKS, but Geordie Bloomberg. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, sounds quite cool. Cab itself is very nice. As I've said already, I do really like the cab in this. And we do have a passenger view. Albie's done a fix for this that he's released already, which is quite nice. But it will be in, I think Albie was talking about when he does it in Eurostar, have one of these monitors a bit closer to these seats with the speed on it like it does in the actual Eurostar version of this, which I think is a cool little feature. Won't lie, I'm quite excited by this. I do like it. I do like it. It's quite nice to drive. It's well done. Of course, it would be much nicer with TVM. I'm unsure why the reasons they didn't include it. I know it was made for the German market and it is a German train on a German route, but they knew fine well this was going to get painted into the Eurostar livery, didn't they? I don't know. I don't know. It'd be nice to see it. But then you could have said that about the TGV duplexes having the German signalling and all that jazz, so it's fair play. I'm sure somebody will come up with it soon enough. Now the E320s, they were a bit of a curveball really when Eurostar actually ordered these, because they didn't meet the Channel Tunnel regulations at the time. I think Alstom threw a bit of a hissy fit as well, and I think even tried to sue Siemens or Eurostar. I can't really remember the full ins and outs of it. I did keep quite a close eye on it as it was happening. I think what it does also go to show is, you guys know what a 373 cab looks like. This is leaps and bounds ahead of a 373 cab. I mean, don't get me wrong, I prefer the 373 cab, but from a driver's point of view, I bet these are a nicer place to be. Can't fault the sounds on this either so far. Not that I've heard many in service, but they do sound pretty good. And I think with 64-bit, it'd be really nice to see. I know they won't because of licensing and stuff, but this route extended. I'm previewing a route tonight, which is, well, not previewing it. It's already out. It's been out for years. Paris Nord to Calais. So it's the LGV Nord route, which I'm going to drive this on, to be honest with you. So I suppose with Pete's tool, if he could do from Ebbsfleet to Ashford, and with Atlantic High Speeds route coming out, in theory, now don't quote me on this, but in theory we could have the Eurostar, the full St Pancras to Gare du Nord. That would be cool. Start slowing down soonish. About 2 miles out, I'll start whacking the brakes on, I think. Let's get another couple of passing shots in there we can. I do like the horn on this as well. That's what I'm going to show you now. Didn't really get to show that very well, did I? Oh. Okay, for some reason I thought it was better than that. I do apologise. Luckily we've got quite a steep gradient up into Ebbsfleet, so that should help us with braking anyway. I'm sure it'll only need 3 kilometres from 300 kilometres an hour, or 320, whatever these can do. But I think that signal there will be 65. No, it was that signal there, was 65. We knew we'd do it, didn't we? And the new track covered for me here. Don't think I've ever come around this way. Oh, it feels so Eurostar-y. I like it. That's what I said, mate. Oh, I don't know what he's happy with. Quite know what's going on with that. I thought it sounded alright the last time I drove this. Did we fit? Yeah, I think we'll just fit. Not the longest station stop ever. No, we'd in that end. Oh, not quite. Not quite. But even if I moved it up a little bit, we still wouldn't be quite there. Anyway, let's get doors open. Okay. So, that is Benton Major Wales's reskin. This is actually available on my page. I don't know if it's available anywhere else. I haven't checked. But it's available on my Facebook group. So do feel free to head over there and have a look. Once again, guys, thanks ever so much for watching. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Catch me over on Twitch from 7 PM on a Sunday and Wednesday. And I will catch us next time.